Birmingham, Alabama. It's playing host to major championships for both men's and women's golf. And this week, Shoal Creek teaming up with the PGA of America for one of college golf's great tournaments, a great tradition that rolling on, the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship, giving kids from all walks of life an opportunity to learn and play this game. We'll get into that as well. Let's take a look at our tournament format brought to you by Titleist. And so you're going to have HBCUs and also the minority-serving institutions in the field. It's a 54-hole stroke play championship. And Shoal Creek and Bentbrook Golf Course both are in place. We'll take a look at the tournament format. They're brought to you here by Titleist in 5 divisions. Got men's Division 1, men's Division 2, women's division, men's individual, and women's individual as well. So we're sorting all that out for you. And the kids from the schools all across the country will be playing for that trophy right there. All right, so let's get you up to speed now on the action that's taken place so far today in our first round. How about this? The defending champs, Howard University, the Bison, off to a great start. They are at 5 under, the lone team under par, and two-time defending champ Greg Odom Jr., he's on the course. We'll catch up with him. Meanwhile, for the women's division, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, they are also repeat winners here, and they're looking to see if they can do it again at 1 under par. Let's jump to the men's Division 2. And they are playing at Bentbrook Golf Course today, and Kentucky State University off to a great start at 5 under. And now the men's individual score. J. Zeke Dukes, he leads at 4 under par. You've got the defending champ in the individuals, Sparky Ari Chatwakin. He's a 2 under tie with CM Nixon. And so plenty of golf for you here on Golf Channel. Fran Charles with you alongside the great Smiley Coffin and Steve Burkowski. We've got Julia Johnson and Doug Smith. They are on the course following our featured groups. And it's just a gorgeous day here in Birmingham, Alabama. And it's great to see all these kids out on the course. And just a moment ago on the 10th, how about Gregory Odom Jr. and Smiley? This guy is a player.
I have heard a lot of great things about Gregory. He's found the middle of the fairway on 10, and he decided to take dead aim. That is a unreal shot into that hole location.
All right, so a 1 under through a 9. To 9 now.
Take a look at Alyssa Mercado, playing as an individual for the ladies, representing Troy University, her second.
But you can hear the firmness on the green there, Boker, when that landed.
Let's go back over to the 10th.
And we go back to the 10th. We just saw.
I think half the ball. I'm not sure.
Let's bring in Doug Smith here.
I think the line's right here.
And Jacob Oisado looks like he may be first to play.
Well, right now we're trying to decide where the line of the green is. This ball is right on that cut, Smiley, so they're trying to determine if this ball is actually on the green or on the fringe.
Called in for a ruling, Doug, just to decide. Most of the time in this scenario, you just make a group decision whether that ball is on the green or not, but it seems like they're going to try to call for a rules official.
Well, Smiley, that ball is 50-50. It's half of the ball is on the green and half of the ball is in that 50-50 kind of cut where that Bermuda kind of comes into that bent grass right here on the edge. So we'll wait for a ruling here and see. But all great shots in here early on.
And Doug, you won this event back in 2005. Just how proud are you to see how much it's grown?
I wouldn't say I'm proud to see it grow. I'd say I'm more jealous. You know, I didn't get to play on Golf Channel. I didn't have Smiley Kaufman and Fran Charles in the field. No, honestly, no. It's exciting to see, and it's really humbling to be a part of the legacy of the growth of this championship. And And it feels really good to come back to a place and have your name on the board. I promise you that.
All right, let's go back up to the tee at the 10th. And Julia Johnson is there. Sonya Tang will be the first to play.
Going with driver here. This fairway is only about 27 yards wide. What these players are trying to land it, so somewhat of a tight fairway. This is headed out a little to the right.
I tell you what, it is tight, Julia. I tell you what, I typically go on that same line as she hit it there, but my ball always ends up in that creek. It's like a magnet for me.
We go back to 9.
Where we will watch Kyuri Moodley from Charlotte, the junior from South Africa. Her second shot going along well today, even so far. Oh, yeah. How about that one, Smiley?
That was nice. You could see that thing turning over right to that left hole location.
We go back to the 10th. And Doug, it looks like Gregory Odom Jr. is getting a good look.
Well, I'll tell you, coming in here, I followed him from the tee box. Didn't hit the best shot. Kind of hit like a fat, probably 2-iron off that tee, Smiley, and laid back further than he had hoped. But hit a stellar shot, landed about a foot in front of the flag, and then hit it back up here on this ridge. Ball fed back down. Now he just has this little speedy right to left putt. And it's a putt you got to get well outside the hole, and as it loses speed, it's going to snap.
You're exactly right. It comes off of the shoulder of that bunker there. Gets a little quick.
Slides it by. Still has some work left. As we go to 13.
Another Howard Bison, Curtis Merritt Jr. from Massachusetts. See what he can do here at the par 3.
Playing this tee box up here, Burka, 154 yards, so basically a bucket pin. That should come back and get really good.
How about that?
What a shot.
Great shot, Curtis.
And back to 10. All right, so Greg Odom's going to finish up here. Anything in this putt, Doug?
Yeah, it's just a little right to left. One you don't really want to rush. I'm really surprised to see him go ahead and hit this putt right now.
Doug, it's kind of hard to finish with 4 coins on the green.
That's touche there, Smiley. And then it's been a little bit slower pace, but Greg is a very rapid player, so you'll see him pace around like a boxer in a match.
And up to the tee, 10, Sarah Kenyeri.
Really just trying to hit this right center of the fairway here.
Looks like it found it. That maybe the right side.
And back up to the green. And Gonzalo Moreno.
Just a ticklish
Doug.
putt. Yeah,
Doug, what'd they end
there.
up deciding?
They decided that he was on the green, was able to mark, and put it down, and almost got away with a birdie.
Yeah, and always an advantage when you can put that ball in your pocket.
And now Jacob Oisado for par here.
Now coming up in here, Jacob's on the front part of this green. Smiley had some 40 feet back uphill, and that big swing at left to right just gave it a little too much gusto. Ran this by some, I don't know, probably 9.5 feet. And this is swinging right to left, so this is one of those momentum putts.
Absolutely. And let's see if he learned anything from Gregory Odom's putt. Not quite the same. Hopefully he may have learned something.
Learned enough.
Knocks it down. Oisado has had a good year. Tied for medalist honors at HBCU Invitational back in September. And the Rattlers, they won the team title, so they should be formidable this week. And we're staying here. Here's Drew Walker. Doug?
I was really surprised to see him take driver off this hole, Smiley. It's like a bowling alley through here at the 10th. And then got it in the trees up left and then hit like a little punch spinner, which I don't know how you do that. Got it to check right by the hole. So he's got just this left downhill there for birdie. That was the same putt we just saw Jacob have.
I tell you, you're exactly right calling it a bowling alley with a driver with how far some of these players can hit it. It gets narrow in a left miss. Definitely it would be a popular area.
And Walker for birdie. Slides by. You heard him smiling, say he thought that was going to break.
Yeah. Sometimes when the guy before you putts, you learn something, but unfortunately didn't quite get that perfect teach.
Had an eagle.
Yeah.
On 6.
It's going along just fine. There's plenty of birdie holes on this back 9.
And let's go to the 12th. Par 4. Playing 440 yards today. This is Joshua Siplin. This is for par.
Oh, there we go. That's actually a very quick putt. That was well judged. Look at that. He's walking with some pace off. A little fist pump. I love it.
A little swag. And Sonia Tang looks like she is first from just off the fairway at the 10th, Julia.
Yeah, and she's got a pretty good lie here. 150 to the hole location today. Cut just 6 paces off that left side. Green kind of feeds a little bit to the right once it gets on. Just looking to hit something 143, 144 and run it up there.
Joey coming out of this rough, the one thing she has to look out for is a little bit of a jumper. That back bunker is no good.
Staring it down. And for good reason.
What bunker?
And nicely done by Sonia. We're going to stay here. And here is the Sarah Cagnareri.
Also coming out of this Bermuda rough, her ball might be just slightly more down into this rough. The wind's picking up just a little bit right at her back, so this should help her. Just 147.
Get down. Now. Come on.
Ooh, back of that bunker. That is going to be a very difficult shot.
Back over at 9. See if Kayuri Moodley from Charlotte can make this for birdie.
And you pick up a skin at the 9th if you're able to birdie that difficult par 4. That would have been a really nice birdie there, Burko.
Yeah, twice a second-team All-Conference USA selection after starting her collegiate career at the University of South Carolina.
Back over at the 10th. A little bit of trouble here for Fukind.
Yeah, so Jessica, she's just found a drainage ditch over here. She's in the drain, kind of a fortunate break because she hit it pretty left off the tee. So she's just looking for a ruling here to see exactly where she can drop this. She will get relief out of this. Just wanting to do it the right way, get a ruling over here.
All right, so that was Jessica Ng from British Columbia. We go back now to Kind. I know she's waiting for a ruling.
Just a pace of play there. Jessica went ahead and hit. She was quite a bit in front of her, who's been waiting for a little while over here.
She's looking around. We'll come back.
Someone will be there to help her out shortly. Now let's go over to 13. See if we can get this. All right. Wonderfully done. Great tee shot. Pays it off with the birdie. And Howard continuing to roll here on day 1.
Fran Charles with Smiley Kaufman. And Smiley, we're pumped to be here all week for the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. It's really great work that the PGA of America is doing here with these HBCUs and these minority servicing institutions.
Well, Fran, there's been activities all week for these participants. They've been very busy, and Shoal Creek itself are very thrilled to be playing partners with the PGA of America. The membership is so excited to have all these participants out here this week.
It's a home game for you, too. I mean, born and raised here in Alabama. You're a member here at Shoal Creek, so what do the golfers have in store?
I tell you what, I've been lucky to be a member out here and grew up out here. It's a special place, and the golf course is in great shape. The greens are probably as good as I have ever seen them. So the players have been talking about how fast the greens are, so that's something that we're going to be definitely tuned into as we watch some golf this afternoon.
Were the greens a little bit too much as we take a look at C.M. Nixon at 9. His second shot, the senior from Louisville. 9th in this championship a year ago. 6th in 2021. So maybe looking for another top 10 finish this year is C.M. Nixon. We're off and running day 1 of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. Howard University, a winner a year ago. Off to a great start on a Monday at Shoal Creek.
Today's coverage is brought to you by Chase Sapphire. Upgrade your travel and dining experiences with Chase Sapphire. And by ADT. When every second counts, trust ADT.
The PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship is the most culturally significant championship in collegiate golf. Since 1986, students enrolled in historically black colleges, Hispanic-Serving Institutions, and other minority-serving educational institutions have showcased their skills in the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. This week, we honor the late PGA president, Pat Riley, who played a groundbreaking role in opening the door to diversity and inclusion in golf during the pivotal 1990 PGA Championship here at Shoal Creek. We extend a special thank you to our presenting sponsors, Chase Sapphire and ADT, for their support of the young men and women competing this week. On behalf of the PGA of America and our nearly 28,000 PGA professionals, we hope you enjoy the fun and excitement of the 2023 PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship.
We are thrilled to be here as well. Head out to the par 5 11th. Long eagle putt here for Everett Whiten Jr. from Howard.
Putting from the low section of this green.
Yes.
Oh, come on, Burko.
Finished runner-up a year ago behind his teammate Gregory Odom Jr. Now Whiten with that putt, the man at the top. Awfully impressive start, and awfully impressive what Howard University has done, led by head coach Sam Puryear. Consider the fact they've only been in existence for 3 years. They won the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship 1 year ago, and the support financially and beyond by Steph Curry to make it possible for Howard University, a big part of why they're one of the favorites here this week as they look to go for 2 in a row.
All right, let's go to the 12th and stand on the Howard theme. It's Marcus Smith.
This shot plays perfectly for a little draw. Catch that slope, spin it all the way down to the hole location. Just like that.
And back to 10 now. Sarah Nicanieri is going to get a look at birdie. And Julia is there.
Unfortunately, she actually hit it in this back bunker, and so she hit her out. She was on a slight downslope, so really quick coming out of this bunker. So this will be her look here for par, long look for par here, but fairly straight coming back up this hill.
I'd say, Julia, when you hit it in some of these greenside bunkers, there's a lot of shots around here that are so difficult because really these bunkers, you can end up on the downslope like we just saw there, and it makes for a very, very difficult shot. There's some holes on this back nine that we're going to see some similar type shots where if you get in the bunkers, they're going to be very difficult.
It's very true, and she also really short-sided herself here, so she just really had nothing to work with. It was smart not to get too cute with it. Give yourself a look at par if you can, make a long one, and try to get out of here.
It's on the way. She'll still have some work to do there.
Month of May is upon us, the best month in all of college golf. Women's regionals underway. The men get going next week. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. College Golf Talk, new episode coming your way on Thursday. Join Brentley Romine and me. The road to Greyhawk officially underway as we're going to crown some national champs, not only this week, but in Scottsdale, Arizona at the end of the month. All right, let's go back to the green at 9. CM Nixon. He's finishing up his opening 9.
On the correct portion of the green. It's always so difficult to get that read correctly, and I think he says the same thing. He's got his hands out talking to himself. There's no way it goes to the left there.
Good start, though, for Mixon. Opening up 2 unders. He makes the turn. Let's go over at 13, Joshua Siplin from Howard. What's the play here, Smiley?
Well, Burko, if you were chipping this, I would say I would try to get you to get this ball to stop on top of the ridge. It's about 4 or 5 feet in front of that coin that we can see there. You just need it to basically stop right on that, and it gets so fast. This is carrying a little too much pace, needs to catch the hole. It just is a very short-sighted spot, which you will see out here at Shoal Creek, and you can end up in some tough places.
And we go back to the 10th a moment ago. Jessica Ing for birdie. Comes up short. And so now it's rejoin this group, and we are back live. And Sonia Tang now for birdie, Julia.
Coming from the top side of this hole, it should be pretty quick, moving right to left on her.
She had the line of her ball about a ball out on the right. Just pushed it fractionally, I think, based on where that line was, Julia.
She won the team NAI National Championship last year. The team finished T6. Some sad news to pass along. Don January, the winner of the 1967 PGA Championship and a two-time member of the U.S. Ryder Cup team, passed away Sunday at the age of 93. Nicknamed Bones, January won 10 times on the PGA Tour. He won the 1967 PGA in an 18-hole playoff at Columbine Country Club in Denver. And some recent individual champs. So you've got Haley Vargas, who won this a year ago, representing Kansas State. Fu Kai, having a good day so far. She's +2 through 10. She won it back in 2021. And how about Tiana Jones, the PGA member, a 5-time winner, and now the head coach at Maryland Eastern Shore as well. So look back at some recent women's individual champions as we go back to 11.
The par 5, Gregory Odom Jr., long one for Eagles. See if he can do what his teammate Everett Whiten Jr. did a short time ago.
Yeah, trying to run down his teammate, Burko. It's a very nice putt, good speed.
He'll have that for birdie as we go to 12.
And this is Bishop Stringer from Alabama State, looking to get to red figures.
That would have gone in a thimble, I think, for him.
Absolutely. And so he moves to 1 under, back to 11.
Where we find Florida A&M's Jacob Oesato has got this for birdie, Doug.
Yeah, tough read. I kind of want to read it straight, but you see that big ridge past the hole, so you know it's going to pull just a little left or right, but you got to trust it.
He got a little fooled by that one there. Played it out to the right, didn't turn back. Doug, what's the course like out there in the weather? It looks a little hot.
You know, believe it or not, there's a nice little breeze down here through these little valleys and trees back here in this corner of the property. So it's actually fairly pleasant, but it's not consistent to wind. It's kind of up and kind of down. So the approaches have been kind of iffy.
Well, Doug, I know you're a smart guy on the grounds. I know you're hiding in the trees, catching all that shade.
Odom now for birdie. So that gets him back to even par on the day. The Bison from Howard continuing to roll right along, and it's pretty impressive when Odom maybe doesn't have his best stuff today. And Howard 8 under shows a little bit about the depth head coach Sam Puryear has on his team. Currently Howard a 12-shot lead day one of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship.
I was trying to run away with this day.
Winning this championship off to a very quick start on day one here at Shoal Creek. Currently a 12-shot lead over North Carolina A&T. Back out to the action at 13, the par 3, Bishop Stringer. Alabama State, one of the Hornets trying to make a move here.
Should be just a wedge for these guys. Only 154 yards away. Oh boy, that's what we're talking about here today, Burko. These greenside bunkers can be so short-sighted.
Hornets finished tied for third in this championship a year ago, led by head coach Quincy Hurd. Won the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship back in 2015, and I caught up with Coach Hurd earlier today. He sort of chuckled, smiled, said, "We're in our home state. We're trying to defend some home turf here this week." We'll see if they can do that come Wednesday afternoon.
Now let's go to the 12th, and here is Gregory Odom Jr. off the tee, Doug, and par 4.
Yeah, just back into this breeze. Started this up the left at the bunker, cutting back perfectly how he drew it up.
That's an aggressive play there at 12, Doug.
Very aggressive. I think the wind has something to do with that play, and I tell you what, in this field, and I've played with Greg, been around him for a little while, that's the best club in the bag. He's like John Rahm with a driver.
Yeah, right. And Smiley, Greg Odom Jr. looks like he means business.
I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of experience playing in some Corn Ferry events, Doug. I know that he feels like he's probably the guy to beat this week.
I'll tell you, Gonzalo hit one just right up the right side here, and You know, Greg is seasoned and he's hungry.
Up 1-13, Marcus Smith from Howard next to go here at the par 3. Smith, a junior from Rockford, Illinois, psychology major.
Got a nice round going, 3 under through his first 12 holes. Oh yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah, got a chance to get to 4 under. A young man who finished low-am at the Illinois Open a year ago, finished tied for 3rd, making a big move up the leaderboard on day 1 here at Shoal Creek.
And Burko, that's you, right? About this 3rd shot, hit the pin.
Oh. That is very lucky to hit that pin. Could have rolled all the way off the green.
Back at 11, 4th now for Fu Kine.
Yeah, her hybrid went into this water. She took a drop, has 76 yards to this whole location. Went kind of coming off the back, helping her, but...
Yes.
She got the distance right on there, Julia.
Okay.
Have an opportunity to save her par.
So your option would be, that would be your better option.
I love the snap of the fingers there from Fu to get that ball to stop.
Every golf day is a great day, especially when it costs less. Join Golf Pass and save hundreds every year on tee times. Learn more at golfpass.com/join.
All right, Jessica, Julia, a little bit of trouble here for Jessica Ng at 11.
Yeah, she had a great drive off the tee. Unfortunately, it just trickled into that creek in the middle of this hole. And then she hit her approach shot in the water as well. So this is 5, also 76 yards.
Yeah, really well played there, Smiley.
Yeah, she must be pretty easy from that drop zone. It's pretty well done on that top section on that back left portion of the green.
But not a place you want to get overly familiar with playing shots from.
Definitely not.
And now to the 12th. Ignacio Puente from off the green for birdie.
Oh, yeah. Didn't have too much of a wobble coming out of that fringe there. Very nice.
And you got to feel good to get that birdie after the bogey on the par 5 11th.
Speaking of 11, Sonia Tang getting ready to go.
Hit a really good iron into this greenside bunker. The screen is slightly elevated. It's on that back tier, like Smiley said. She only has about 6 or 7 paces to work with here, and the wind is at her back, making it even more difficult to hold this shot. Just looking to hit something a pace or two on this green and get it to trickle out towards the hole.
Sonia, sophomore at the University of British Columbia, 4 victories this season, leading the way for the Thunderbirds.
You have to be so precise out of the greenside bunkers. Little thin Julia rolling over the green. It's going to be tough as well.
And let's go over to the 10th. CM Mixon checking his yardage book. And Mixon representing the Cardinals from Louisville. He's in the individual portion, having a nice round today. 2 under, and this is his second. And Smiley is in good position.
2 under is a great start on the front 9, and really the drives at 10 and 11 are fairly difficult with some hazards to the right, but CM didn't have any issue with that, and to me it looks like he's just got a wedge in here. Anything just right of the hole location is where you're looking to hit this. Coming in nice and low. Yeah, he'll be just fine.
Tied for second in the individual leaderboard.
Now over to 11, Sarah Canyareri. 2 good ones to this point, Julia.
She had a great iron shot, just didn't get it all the way to this back tier. So she'll be putting up and over this ridge coming off this bunker, moving a little left to right the whole way, but speed is really important here.
Yeah, 2 putts for birdie would serve her quite nicely. Pretty good effort from there.
And let's go back down to the 12th on the tee. A short par 4. And actually in the fairway. And there is a Gonzalo Moreno after a good drive, Doug.
Yeah, less than driver elected to go. Excuse me. Less than driver elected to go with 3-wood. Put himself in an optimal position. Buck 52 back into the breeze, but he's going to step off and reassess. Just caught a gust, Smiley.
I tell you what, out here, Doug, I know the name of the golf club is called Shoal Creek, but sometimes we refer to it as Swirl Creek because the winds down in this valley come back and forth. You could play that 11th hole downwind and then play the 12th hole downwind as well. It can do anything down here in the valley.
Well, from where he is right now, he can't see the bottom of this flagstick. Knows he can play it outright and use that sideboard to feed it in.
Oh, great shot. Yeah, can it hold on? No. A little bit unlucky, but shouldn't be too bad from there. Moreno earned all SWAC second team honors this year. And it's Jacob Owasado's turn, Doug.
Yeah, asked him why he went with iron. He said just playing the plan that we set last night. So he's been playing that kind of driving iron, but the last few shots he's hit, he's missed it left. This is another one. Playing a little draw back into this hole location.
Needs to be careful not going too far along, but Doug, he's nailed this shot. Wow.
Special.
Yeah, you love to see it.
Just got good flow. 2 there, Smiley, huh?
I used to have that type of flow, Fran. Now it's just gray hairs.
Right, you and me both. All right, then we stay now for the lefty, Drew Walker from NCAA&T.
I tell you, there's no reason to go flag hunting here. Just play it out to the right, use that sideboard, and let it feed in. But he's taking dead aim here. Get down.
Oh, he got it to spin. They're making this look easy, Doug.
It's not an easy pin. I don't know who these guys are right now.
But Doug, they got 1/10 of an inch of rain last night. Talking to James Carroll's superintendent, I think that's kind of giving a little bit of reception to these greens.
All right, now Odom.
Well, just for context here, The 18th at Sawgrass, 22 yards wide, the 18th fairway. Right here, this fairway is only 16 paces wide, and he's threaded this driver down here, right into that range. This ball needs to get down, though.
Sucks back beautifully.
Three very nice, really four nice golf shots. That one that went long of the green was actually pretty good, too.
Over at 11, Canyareri for birdie.
Just 5 feet here. And it might move slightly right to left on her. She could keep it in the hole and just hit it hard.
How does that not go left, Julia?
She's wondering the same thing. At 13, Marcus Smith. This for birdie. Another one for the Bison of Howard if he can get it to go. Just so defensive from that position, Smiley.
Very fast putt.
But Marcus, bogey free. Pretty impressive. 3 under on today for Smith. Howard, a 10-shot lead over North Carolina A&T as day one continues from Alabama.
Right, he can be aggressive, but
rolls by there.
Not his best effort.
I think he's going to have some opportunities on this back nine, and just keep giving yourself opportunities.
Still 2 birdies in his last 4 holes. And so Odom, 2-time defending champ, as medalist for this Howard club, that's off to a great start. And now here is the Moreno for par. He was off the green after a second.
Pretty nice up and down there, Doug.
He shows the putt. I mean, it only counts as 1 putt, but we'll give him the up and down. I mean, that's statistically speaking, that wasn't up and down. 2 strikes with the putter.
I always counted it that way as well, Doug. Even if I putted it, our putting stats are just as important as those GIR stats.
Anything in this? Go ahead, Doug.
My college coach back at Louisville would always say, hey, anything up 70% for the day, up and down. So if I was putting from the fringe, I was padding my stats.
I love it. Here's Owasato now for birdie. Anything in this putt?
Yeah, there's a lot of something in this putt. This putt's well out to the right, probably a cup out right. Here's Smiley, and it's on the exact same line as Odom. See if he learns something.
Well, this would be an incredible birdie. We have a great camera view of this, and coming from that left rough, this would be pretty cool.
Owasato, all SWAC first team this year.
Move ahead to 13. Diego Gonzalez from North Carolina A&T. Here, par 3. He's 3 under.
I've seen a lot of good shots on this hole so far, Burko. Taking dead aim.
That'll work.
Back to 12 after great approach. Drew Walker trying to get to 2 under. Knocks it down. Good job by Walker. Back-to-back birdies. The PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship is more than a golf tournament, and the festivities kicked off for the players and coaches Saturday night at Topgolf with a concert featuring the Purple Marching Machine from Miles College and Grammy Award nominee Lupe Fiasco.
Say thank you to the PGA WORKS for putting this on for us.
I enjoyed all the effort and inclusivity.
The best part of this week is being able to represent our amazing HBCU and spend time with my amazing teammates.
There's not a tournament in collegiate golf that is like this one. It's just a really incredible experience.
Smiley, you mentioned just all the great activities this week. They look like a blast.
Oh, my goodness. Miles College Band is incredible. Lupe Fiasco. What an incredible evening at Topgolf Birmingham.
I'm a Lupe guy. All right, CM Mixon, yes. So Mixon drops that in.
Got it going today.
Clean card. 3 under through 10.
He's happy.
Let's go up 1 to 11. Kayuri Moodley second at the par 5. Julia's caught up with this group.
Yeah, she's got 191, 159 to the front. She went with a 6-iron here.
Oh, a yard away there, Julia.
Followed it right in there. Good doink.
It was close, and it made a bit of a noise heading to the bunkers. You're watching day 1 coverage of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Chase Sapphire and ADT. being a wonderful second.
It's so unfortunate. It hit that lip and then kicked almost all the way back into this bunker. She's almost on the downslope. It's slightly down in its own line marking, so it's going to be really, really difficult for her to get this on the green and get it to settle quickly.
Not too bad there, Julia. It should stay on the fringe. Very difficult. We can see that flag downwind.
Let's go up to 13. Diego Gonzalez from North Carolina A&T. This to get to 4 under, share the lead.
We've seen some low scores, Burko.
Hit it. Oh, my goodness.
Just breathe on it. They're all gathered around.
Let's see. 2 courses in play this week at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. About 35 minutes from Shoal Creek, Ben Brook Golf Course. And Smiley, if you're going to put something together with Shoal Creek, Ben Brook is a very good course to host this championship on as well.
No, most certainly. And one of the things that's interesting about it, it's the same grass they're putting on here at Shoal Creek, that AU Victory. It's a very heat-resistant bent. Benbrook's going to be the one they're going to go out and score on. It's I think, an easier track. Shoal Creek's definitely the tougher of the two.
Men's Division 2 over there. To get things going, day 1 of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship, and what a start for Kentucky State University. 3 under par, currently a 7-shot lead over Savannah State. Again, a lot of golf to be played. They're going to use both Shoal Creek and Bent Brook over the course of the next 3 days. But if you're Kentucky State, you got to like where you are after day number 1. Now back to Shoal Creek, the par 3 13th. Take a look at that whole location, front left-hand portion of the green. The lefty, Drew Walker, set to play.
Well, I'm not going to call it a hole-in-one shot. I will say, if there is a hole-in-one pin, Smiley, this is it. Front left, got a backstop, but you got to contend with that front right bunker. It is in play, and it lurks. Got this one just right of the flag.
Just a little deep, and you're right, Doug. This is a hole-in-one pin if you can get it on the right part of the green, funneling down.
See, Doug said he wasn't calling it, but I think subtly he was saying it might happen here. Maybe Greg Odom Jr., the man to do it, Doug.
I'll tell you, Burko, he's had his ball on a string all day. Not the best off the tee, but the irons, he's been rock solid and back into the player's face. So very easy to hit this past the flag, especially knowing that you've got that backstop. Much lower strike, a little fade out to the right. This is over the bunker.
About a yard or two away from catching that slope. Be 2 fast putts coming up.
All right, make our way back to the green at the par 5 11, just off the putting surface. Moodley for birdie. Had it tracking. She'll settle for par. We go back to the 13th with Jacob Oesato from Florida A&M.
You have 2 looks at 2 players that have hit it past the flag. It's very easy to reassess kind of what you see. And Jacob doesn't have a look of worry on his face, Burko, but he's got kind of a look like, what the heck happened to those 2 balls I just saw on the green?
You don't want to overthink it, do you, Smiley?
Well, you see that bunker just short, pushes into this to the front of that green, where it makes it, that's really the line you want to take it on the left center to use that slope. But that bunker pushes back, which is why you saw guys come up long. They don't want to be in these bunkers.
Well, he's a drawer of the golf ball, but he has lost this wide right.
Stop.
Oh, sit. I've seen balls roll all the way down that hill there, Burko. It can get nasty over there.
By the players you've teed it up alongside, not yours, correct?
I got a couple tricks on balls lost in those woods. We're playing the 3 4-star tees today, and from the back tee, this hole's a bear.
All right, we'll let you slide. Now Moreno.
I'd say the first two players hit the women's right back into the player's face, and this is Shoal Creek as it has switched now off the left. This one's going left.
A little bit of everything.
Don't plug.
Such great lineage and history with this championship, dating back to a meeting in 1986, the inaugural playing in 1987, and the connection to the PGA of America. The PGA Professional coaches here this week. Quincy Hurd from Alabama State, one of those represented and thrilled to be a part of the festivities here in 2023 at Shoal Creek. ADT. 36th edition of this championship. Take a look at the tournament format. 3 days, 54 holes of stroke play here at Shoal Creek and Bent Brook Golf Course, about a half hour down the road. 5 divisions will crown champions on Wednesday. Men's Division 1, Men's Division 2, the Women's Division, then a couple of individual champs for the men and women's side. A lot to play for. Certainly one of the highlights of the week and the season for all those here in the field in Alabama. Let's go out to the par 5 11. Kentaro Nanayama, the sophomore from Purdue. See if he can knock it on this par 5 and 2.
That was a very powerful looking golf swing.
Young man from Indonesia, and watch this, Smiley.
It is almost impossible to get a golf ball to stop there and come back. That was really good.
Yeah, we go to the 14th. Conrado Chozas, the junior from CAT, and locks that in for birdie. What do you think about the hat backwards here? Huh?
I tell you what, it must be casual Monday.
And you'll see North Carolina A&T doing the right thing today, led by head coach Richard Watkins. And you see 5 young men on this roster to start the week. Carson Witherspoon unable to be here. He's back home in North Carolina alongside his father, Chris, who's battling stage 4 renal cancer. Had a conversation with Coach Richard Watkins, and he told me There was no discussion with Carson. Family comes first. You go play, and if you're new to college golf, 5 individuals go out. The top 4 scores count. So the Aggies have no drop score today. And Drew Walker, the freshman, said, we're playing for Carson and his family. We're all thinking about him, and it truly puts things into perspective. This championship is important, but there are a lot more important and bigger things in life to worry about. Owasato now, second at 13.
Yeah, it's got to play this out way right. Try to kill it on top of the hill, and then it'll make a left turn down to the hole. And oh my goodness, I think he's done it. What a shot.
That was so nice there, Doug. Not an easy shot that he just made look pretty simple.
I mean, up the hill, up right of the ridge, put that blinker on, made it turn left down there in that little bowl. And that's top shelf stuff right there.
Well, you definitely didn't want to leave that golf ball on that top shelf, and that was the dangerous part that he took on there, and was able to execute it. Very, very nicely done there.
All right, this is going to be a fun one for Drew Walker.
Man, I'd estimate he's got 45 feet straight down the hill, down the ridge. And Smiley, you know this putt. You've had it, you've seen it, and this is one you probably only try to hit 15 or so feet, and then gravity will take it the rest of the way.
You're exactly right, Doug. You just want to get it probably going over the crest of the hill with about a foot or maybe a foot or 2 of pace. That is about it. He's aiming pretty far out to the left.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of uphill in the bottom of the bowl, kind of back up toward, I guess, toward the tee box. So if he gets it kind of moving down this first ridge, it'll kind of kill it on that left side. But this is a putt that you could just leave on top of the hill. I'm not wishing that on him, but it's possible.
That's all he could do, right, Smiley?
Well, you take on the, when you take it on and try to just crest it over the hill, you could leave it up top, like Doug said, and he's got an uphill putt coming back. Saw what it did coming by.
Let's go over to 11. Eagle putt on the way for Sparky Orichat Waken, junior from Delaware. Won the individual division championship a year ago. He was 3 under par and lapped the field. He won by 8. Name like Sparky, how can you not root for him?
I love it. I'm a guy that cheers for guys with cool names. Being one with one.
Yeah, from Thailand, sports management major. Looking to go back-to-back here at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship as we take a look at some of the recent men's individual champs. And again, these are players that aren't here with their teams, participating as an individual. All right, let's see if Odom can roll in a long look at birdie.
Had the putter up, raising.
Oh, did he?
I thought he kind of had the early call going there.
See, I thought the other way, like I hit it, now stop. Just get to the hill and stop. Good one there by Odom.
And now to 16, Caden Gannon for par at 16. It's a good putt there. Knocks it down.
And speaking of the Rattlers, led by head coach Mike Rice. They finished 5th last year in this championship. And how about going all the way back to 2000? The Rattlers sweeping the team and individual championship. Who won individually that year? None other than Mike Rice. See if they can get the job done again here in 2023. Relatively young team, 1 senior, then 3 sophomores and a freshman. So head coach Rice may be building towards something a year or 2 from now. Let's go over to 11. Timur Malik, freshman from Indian Hills Community College. In fact, the only community college student in the field here this weekend. Does the victory lap, gets it to go.
All around good putt there. End of the 12th now. Alyssa Mercado from the fairway, Julia.
She had 81 yards to this whole location, looking well out to the right. There's a big slope over there she can use.
She's using it. Spun it all the way back to pin high, only about 12 feet. We've seen some players make that putt today.
Let's go back to 11. Kentaro Nanayama. Fortunate to get here into Smiley. What an eagle this would be.
You're exactly right. This is a tough read, and goodness, that is so impressive. A great eagle, taking advantage of the par fives. I didn't really see an eagle on the 11th hole today based on where that hole location is on that top shelf. That's picking one up on the field for sure.
Don't tell Kentaro that.
We go back to the 12th. It's Gairi Moodley who is next to play.
She has 78 yards here. She walked all the way up to the screen to see exactly where she wanted to land it. Looking just left of that fan back there.
Junior's had a good year this year. A couple of top tens.
Now let's go to 13, the par 3. Sarah Canyareri from St. Thomas University, the Bobcats in Miami Gardens, Florida.
She has some great rhythm to that swing and an awesome golf shot.
The junior from Kenya arrived in the U.S. back in August of 2019 through the help of First Tee. Started at Raritan Valley Community College in New Jersey. Now she's playing for a national championship.
check that, Kyrie Moodley is going to go first.
Spitted back and forth to who is going to go here. I think they're about the same distance away from this hole. Kyrie did a really good job of getting this on the flat. She kind of has an uphill putt moving right to left on her. It was a great leave here.
Julia, we see her coach in there watching. Did you ever have your coach help you with your reads out when you were playing?
I like to sometimes, especially on pretty difficult putts. I think that's a level of trust you have to have. Coach Ryan Ashburn is a great coach. She knows a lot. She's very smart. And so if you trust your coach and you're confident in her, it's only an advantage to have her out here.
It's almost like an extra caddy.
And Moodley has just left. 2-time second team All-Conference USA.
And when you consider the program at Charlotte's been around since 2017, 2018, Ryan Ashburn with some coaching experience at Baylor when they made a run in 2015 trying to win a national championship under head coach Jay Goebel. I mean, that's what we see, these younger coaches, both men and women, learning and then branching off, trying to build their own program somewhere else.
That's great to see.
She's got a great assistant coach over there, Ellen Secor underneath her, Ryan Ashburn does, and they're building a great program over there.
Here's Alyssa Mercado from birdie. And so she'll stay at +5. And let's go to 16. That's the tee shot of Joshua Siplin. A par 3, great look. As we check out our top tracer technology presented by Chase Sapphire.
Looks like it's on a string towards the middle of the green.
Yes, it does.
Very nice shot.
If you're just joining us, day one of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Chase Sapphire and ADT here at Shoal Creek and Bent Brook Golf Course. About 35 minutes down the road from Shoal Creek. So 5 championships up for grabs, couple hundred players in the field this week. A lot on the line. They'll hop back and forth over the next 3 days, and you take a look at the most successful women's championship team, and Bethune-Cookman, 16 titles. They have set the standard in this championship, but they can be caught. It'll take a while to catch up to 16. Day one scores over there at Bent Brook, Texas A&M Corpus Christi. 1 under, the only team under par, an 8-shot lead over Howard University. That is impressive considering the women's program at Howard has only been around for a couple of years. So good start over there at Bent Brook. We'll see those teams and individuals here at Shoal Creek on Tuesday. Over at 13, Canureri, see if she can save her par. Knew quickly on that one, Smiley.
She sure did. It's a tough one to read. It could kind of go one way or the other, and seen some guys make it, and she just slid it by to the right.
Couple of wins this season for Sarah. See if she can get a couple of birdies coming in and try to move up that leaderboard on day one. A beautiful May afternoon in Birmingham, Alabama. More coverage comes your way on Golf Channel right after this.
right. Yeah. Drew's trying to deke us there.
Drop back 1-13. Kyuri Moodley on the tee here at the par 3.
124 today, but +3 up this hill. Playing 127, just 6 paces in front of this whole location today, but it isn't a bowl. There's a ridge on the right that she can use if she gets it barely over this bunker. Going with the 9-iron here.
Did she get all of it, Julia?
I don't think so. She caught it possibly a little heavy there. She didn't tee it up on a tee, just kind of threw it on the ground.
Love that. It's like an old school pro.
And back to 14, Doug Gonzalo from the fairway bunker.
Yeah, buck 05, back right hole location. He has not hit this well.
That shot so difficult out of that fairway bunker, Doug. It's our smallest green on the golf course at Shoal Creek at 14.
Back to 13 with Mercado.
She's also going with a 9-iron here. Kind of protected with the wind with all of these trees around us. You can't really tell what it's doing. Important to get it on the right side of this ridge that runs through the center of this green, though. It'll feed down towards that hole if she does.
She's setting up to draw it.
Gonna get better.
That was nice there. It's a big old high draw. She went at that one, huh?
16. We saw the tee shot of Joshua Siplin on our Top Tracer tracker. This for birdie. Hey?
He's been putting nice today.
Back at 13, Madison Rincione next to go.
Well, she saw exactly what she needed to do. This one feeding just a little too far left.
It's going to be a little trouble. Up at 15 now, Marcus Smith. He's got this for birdie at the par 4. Try to get him back to 4 under.
Oh, man. Man, it looks like he hit a good putt there.
And now back at 13, 4th member of this group, Una Shu.
Wind's picking up just a bit, slightly coming out of that left.
Will it come back?
Oh, yes, it will.
Can Una make a 1?
I love that one, Burko.
And now the tee at 16. Mark Smith is having a great day.
Love that golf swing.
Smith bogey free, and birdies in 3, 10, and 11. A little unlucky there. Thought maybe might get a little roll back.
Bogey free, huh, Fran?
Yeah, huh? On your home course.
I'll tell you what, that's golfing your ball. That's very, very impressive.
And we're going to hang out. Good look from the green. And back up to the tee box. And you got a downhill par 3. Playing like 200 today.
Yeah, it's down. We actually tee box up to 187.
Okay.
3 of our par 3s out here at Shoal Creek played downhill. It's definitely something you're always taking into consideration.
There's Bishop Stringer, the junior from Alabama State. That's going to be a tough bunker shot.
It's going to be very difficult.
At least those got a little bit of green to work with, but still.
There used to be an iconic tree that was on that left bunker on that little tongue that we recently removed over the last 5 or 6 years. That was kind of a iconic tree at the PGA Championships back in the day that people remember the 16th by. But we've taken it out. Can't hit in the bunker and get behind a tree.
Conrado Chozas, a junior from Madrid, Spain. John Rahm is his idol. Not a bad idol, huh?
I would imagine that there's plenty of Spanish golfers that have John Rahm at the top of their list.
It'd be nice to have John around his bank account.
About that.
Oh, man, that looks like John Ross.
That's right. I think Rambo would love that shot.
Heck yeah, he would. He loves watching golf. I'm sure he's watching.
There you go.
So, Joe's house. With a great look at birdie coming up, and then the fourth member of this group, Tyler Party, Florida A&M. He's +6. They're +19 for the tournament.
Ooh, that's a really good-looking golf swing. Just a little bit of a pull, but love that action.
A little bit unlucky there. Let's get the bad kick into the sand. Let's some green to work with. And a look here at the Leaderboard PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship, and the gentleman from Howard University, they want to see if they can go back-to-back. Only team under par. They've got an 8-shot lead. And they've got a couple of guys up at the top of the mix. Marcus Smith, Everett Witten Jr. as well. And Howard having a great day. As we go back now, speaking of Howard, to 14. And it looks like Greg Odom Jr. has got a ridge to navigate from about, 50 feet away, Doug?
That's a better call for Smiley. This looks like it's about 70 feet straight up the hill, breaking left to right. In the middle of the putt, it's going to go right to left. Then overall finish left to right. This is a tough putt to read correctly.
He's asking for it to sit. Had the line pretty dialed in.
He's even on the day is Odom. Here is Sparky Ari Chadwakin for birdie at 12, the defending individual champ.
Up 1-13, Kyuri Moodley, long birdie putt.
Difficult putt here. Has to putt up and over this ridge. She walked up, tried to find a spot, get it to stop, and then just trickle down.
Just like that, Julia.
Really good effort there by Moodley. Short one remaining for her par. We take a look at the women's individual leaderboard, day one of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. Couple of 49ers from Charlotte, 1-2 on day one at Shoal Creek.
today at 5 under and 8-shot lead. And Marcus Smith and Everett Whiten Jr. both at 3 under par, and they're carrying the load. The defending champ, Gregory Odom, in the medalist honors. He is even through 13. And let's go out to the 14th. It's the birdie putt for Drew Walker.
Well, it didn't act like he liked his second shot, Hideki Matsuyama-esque.
Over at 13, Una Shu has this for birdie.
Putting from above this hole, moving left or right on her.
Wasn't a 1, but a 2 for Una.
That'll help the scorecard as well.
Tough start to the back 9. Nice bounce back at 13.
And back to 14. And Gregory Odom Jr. ran his birdie attempt by about 15 feet. This for par.
That'll frustrate you. It's a short par 4.
Back to the tee at 13. Sparky, Ari Chat-Waken getting ready to go.
When they put this whole location on that front left, I've seen it all day. It's a bucket pin, but I'll tell you what, when it plays about 215 to that area, it gets really small. With a wedge and 9-iron, you can attack.
Oh, who needs the ball? Just go right at it.
An attack he did.
Wow. Maybe there's a reason he's back as the man that won a year ago. Sparky Ari Chat-Waken, as we look at all the winners from 2022 playing in the Philadelphia area. Howard University in men's Division I, Cal State Dominguez Hills in men's D2, Texas A&M Corpus Christi. For the ladies, we see Sparky there as the men's individual champ, and Haley Vargas from Kansas State taking home the championship on the women's individual side a year ago. We'll see who takes home the hardware in 2023 on Wednesday afternoon. Back at 13 with Kentaro Nanayama, the sophomore from Purdue. Tied for first at the Badger Invitational earlier this season. In fact, his father, Hiroto, played basketball for Nagoya University in Japan. Sporting family.
I'd say so. He's definitely got the size to be a basketball player. Choking down on the grip, trying to flight something down. It's a very difficult up and down of that bunker as we've seen today.
Let's go up to 16.
Yeah, this is Tyler Party for birdie. Well, he certainly wasn't going to be cheated.
No, he was not shy about that one.
Back at 13, CM Mixon.
Got it going on today, Burko.
Sure does. A couple of top 10s in this event last 2 years for CM.
That should catch it, Burko.
Wait for it. There it goes. Got a chance.
Trying to build on that 3 under right now.
Gonna have a good look at birdie to get to 4.
He looks super comfortable out there today. It looks like he's having a lot of fun and in control of his golf game.
4th member of this group, Timur Malik, the freshman from Kenya. Back in September of 2021, he became the first amateur to ever win a Safari Tour event in Kenya. So obviously got some game.
I'd say so. How about this?
215, no problem, Smiley. Come on.
Tell you what, if I was the 4th member of that group, I'd say, let's pick him up and go to 14.
Take a look at the men's individual leaderboard. CM Mixon in close, got a chance to get to the top of the leaderboard. Tie JZ Dukes at 4 under par.
a nice day of golf.
How about a back nine 30?
So Kieran Hogarth, the sophomore for Chicago State. He won the SAS Championship HBCU Invitational back in October and had himself a great opening day. Yeah, fist bump. I got to believe that's Pops.
Heck of a finish, heck of a round for Hogarth. We go over to 15, Moreno second.
122, flat lie in a bunker, playing just a tick downhill. Now they got a low screamer coming out. Smiley hit the tree, kicked out right in front of that front right bunker.
I was about to ask you, Doug, is that overhanging limb in the way? And got the tough from that bunker. 15's my favorite hole at Shoal Creek. It's a well-designed hole with that left bunker. If you challenge up the left side, it's a much better angle into a green that sets up nice from the left side of the fairway.
Let's go back to 13 for the second of Kentaro Nanayama.
Burko, I don't think we've seen too many get up and down from this bunker. But I think he might be close enough to the lip on the upslope.
Trying to use the slope a little bit.
Let's see if he can get it inside all those other coins. Pretty well done.
Now back to 15, Jacob Oesato from Florida A&M. See if he can carve something around those trees.
Looks like he needs to carve it out around Gregory Odom first. So there's some overhanging limbs, Burko, that he's going to have to deal with. Something low, punchy, but the problem is you see the bunker that plays as a greenside bunker, but really there's about 20 yards in between that bunker and the front edge. So if you can get something to land in between that bunker and the green, keep it short of the hole, that'd be exactly what he's trying to do. Missed the limbs, caught a little flyer, and that's going to be tough from there, Burko.
So that's going to be a challenging third for Jacob. Keep it right here. Drew Walker next to play.
Just on a bit of a downslope here, Smiley. Doesn't really have the trees to contend with. They're a little in play, but should avoid it. Needs to get up, though.
Oh, he did.
Looks like he got that knuckleball rolled up the face. That's why you talk to it.
His standard's high. He's hit some iron shots the last couple of holes we thought might be a bit wayward, but no issues. Now Odom.
Greg just went ahead and hit driver all the way down here to the bottom, Smiley. It's a little
low scooter out. Play.
A little scooter out to the right.
Thrilled to be here at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship, a big month of college golf. Right here on Golf Channel, we'll head out to Scottsdale, Arizona. Greyhawk Golf Club for the third consecutive year. Division I national champs will be crowned. The women May 22nd through the 24th, and the men May 29th through the 31st. The road to Greyhawk, it's getting shorter. See which teams will advance to that biggest event of the college season. Now take a look at the Fred Haskins Award watch list presented by Stiefel. And as we narrow down to this point of the season, some standouts sort of jumping out, like Ludwig Aberg. He lapped the field at the Big 12 Conference Championships. Gordon Sargent, the prohibitive favorite heading into this year, but some others giving chase, like Michael Thorbjornsen from Stanford. He also won his conference title. Pac-12 victory for Michael. Shaping up to be a lot of fun here over the next few weeks. Out of 13, Mixon, great tee shot. This to get to 4 under.
Well, Burko, you mentioned Gordon Sargent, #1 amateur in the country and in the Wagger. He actually plays his golf out here at Shoal Creek. So I've gotten a chance to watch him grow up as a kid, and it's fun to see what he's been able to accomplish in the game of golf.
A little bit different than most of the other standouts. Just such a talented young man, the sophomore at Vanderbilt.
And now to 14, Alyssa Mercado. After a beautiful tee shot,
with their second in the middle of the fairway.
And the only one to find the fairway. She's got a great shot into this green now. 124 yards. Going with a 9-iron. Not much behind this hole location today.
What a nice shot there. It's a very small section of that green that she was able to keep short of the hole, and she is smiling and happy.
Yeah, T8, yeah, big smile on her face at Little Rock Women's Golf Classic was her best finish this year. Look down at the women's individual around here. And so Shelly Chen at 2 under through 13. And her teammate, Kyrie Moodley, is even. And so I wonder if they know, because they're playing on the opposite sides. I wonder if they each know how they're doing. And here is Moodley.
Ball below her feet in this bunker. 118 to the hole. Just have to make sure you calm your hips and get a clean contact here.
Very well done. That is not easy out of the fairway bunker to get it on the green.
They're talking to it now. To look at the men's Division I team stand. Let's jump back to the 16th here. This for birdie for Everett Whiten Jr. Finished second a year ago. And the long par 3. Playing some golf today, Smiley, huh?
Making that long putt at 16. We saw him early make that long putt at number 11 for Eagle. He's not scared of making birdies.
Yeah, 5 under on his card today.
Now let's see what Gregory Odom Jr. can do at 15.
Yeah, it's got to putt just out to the right. Hard to believe. Yardage book says going left to right.
Sometimes the yardage book lies, Doug. I got it right to left with you.
So Odom in his par at 15. Shoal Creek, Benbrook Golf Course, the two layouts in play here for the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. Some of the teams we'll see here tomorrow at Shoal Creek. Men's Division 2 getting some action over at Benbrook, Kentucky State University. The only team under par on day one. 3 under to get things going. 7 clear of Savannah State. But still a lot of golf to play. But if you're Kentucky State, you like the start after 18 holes as we take a look at the most Division 2 men's championships. Fayetteville State leading the way with 7. Lincoln has 6. Kentucky State, can they join Livingston and get that 3rd national championship by week's end? We will find out. Certainly off to a good start at 3 under par on day one.
And Kyra Moodley with an attempt at birdie here.
Really good look here after an amazing shot out of that fairway bunker. Putting slightly downhill at the beginning of this putt, and then the end of it will want to pull a little left on her.
You're exactly right, Julia. I think it's a little bit of a double breaker here. Definitely has a little left, like you mentioned at the end.
Doesn't come back. So she'll stay 1 shot back of Shelly Chen in the individual competition.
Drew Walker has this for birdie at 15.
Smiley, everything breaks off the mountain. Just a little left to right putt.
Oh, yeah. And the fist bump. Love that putting stroke. Got that finger down the shaft. Great back 9 going.
And back to 14. Alyssa Mercado with an opportunity for birdie.
Pretty straight putt here. She got a good look from the other side of the green. Just needs to hit it with enough speed.
And so she'll have that left to stay at the 5 over. As we go back to the 16th tee, Gonzalo Moreno.
I feel
ready,
silly.
Doug.
Feel silly saying it, but no wind right now. Smiley 188, playing down 781. He's got this going right at the fan, right at the green.
Doug, you don't want to know how many times I've hit that fan.
I want to know.
It makes a loud noise. It echoes through the valley of Shoal Creek.
I've hit a fan or two.
And here's Drew Walker. And don't be fooled by his reaction. So however he reacts, just the opposite's going to happen.
Very accessible hole location here, though. Down this little mountain, you get to kind of see a lot of the golf course from right this little angle, Smiley. And there's some decent homes over here as well. This one's on a pretty line. Hello.
Let's check out our top tracer technology presented by Chase Sapphire.
Oh, man. Hit that right how he wanted. Just flew on him just a little bit, Doug. But downhill. How hot is it out there right now, Doug? Because the hotter it gets, the further the ball goes.
Well, you know, to me, Smiley, it's got to be at least 84 degrees with winds light and variable out of the west. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, now Big Greg.
I'll tell you what, Greg saw his playing partner not take into consideration the downhill or the elevation change here. Down 7. Greg has hoisted this well up into the sky. This is going to have some hang time. Start a stopwatch.
Smiley, that is an aggressive hack.
That's a great shot. I love his action.
We go back to 14. Sparky, Ari Chatwakin.
Up and out of it quick. That Bermuda grain caught his club, but it finds the grain, so he's got an opportunity to make a birdie.
And we go back to 16 for Jacob Oisato.
Yeah, I've really been impressed watching Jacob play. He hasn't played the best round, hasn't hit the greatest shots. You know, a couple holes back, had a 120 shot from just in the fairway and missed the green right, made a sloppy bogey, but his cadence hasn't changed. He hasn't really blinked, Smiley. He's just kind of stayed in the moment.
I'd agree with you, Doug. I love his creativity that he's played with today.
Well, he's going to have to get creative here.
You're exactly right, Doug.
He's the best 3 over par for the Fam Rattlers.
Let's go back 1 to 15. Moodley on the tee.
And this bunker on the left side, like Smith said, is just totally in play. It's 173 to get into it, 225 to cover it. So it's where a lot of these girls are landing the ball is 225. So you have to pick a tree out in the distance, that singular tree out there in the middle of the fairway, and try to keep something on the right side of that bunker.
It can get going down that swale into a low area as well, so we'll be interested to see if she gets it down the slope here. And she does.
And a 14. And this is the co-leader, the CM Mixon. 400 through 13. Look at that. No bogeys today.
I'm about to find him after the round and get him to tell me how to play Shoal Creek. He's got this place figured out so far.
Up.
That helps us.
Hey, Brent, you want me to stay with them all the way in?
What time? That
Coffee.
helps us to know where the end is.
Yeah.
That's where Doug goes. We
Yeah,
go.
that's right.
Mm-hmm. We're back in Birmingham, Alabama at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Chase Sapphire, 36th edition of this championship. Take a look at the event format, 3 days, 54 holes of stroke play here at Shoal Creek and Bent Brook Golf Course. About 30 minutes away, champs will be crowned in 5 divisions, the men's Division 1 and Division 2, the women's division, and there will also be a men's individual champ as well as a women's individual title handed out on Wednesday afternoon.
As we jump out to 14, Kentaro Nanayama from just behind the bunker, and not bad, actually.
I showed some nice hands, had that face wide open, and really good technique to be able to get some spin out of that Bermuda rough.
This guy won multiple events on the Junior Golf Tour of Asia. As we told you earlier, he's from Jakarta, Indonesia. You mentioned he's a big dude. I wonder if he's ever had a football in his hand.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be the guy trying to tackle him.
Yeah,
He'd run me over.
Sure. And Mixon. And you see him crouched down, taking a look. So it's either going to be Mixon or Timor Malik. And Malik from off the green. The freshman from Indian Hills Community College. Only community college student in the field this week.
So you got it figured out? Oh.
Up 1-15, Sarah Canyareri. This for par. There you go.
Really nice putting stroke there. Great rhythm. Impressive par there.
All right, back to 14. The CM Mixon, the senior from Louisville, having a real nice day. 4 under, no bogey free. He's birdied 2 of his last 4 holes.
Putting kind of from a low area, Fran. It's this 20-footer. It does want to move a little to his right.
Oh, it's a great read. And first African-American full scholarship golfer at Louisville, CM Mixon.
All right, Moodley getting ready to hit her second at 15 just off the fairway.
75 here, kind of teed up.
Down.
There's a slight false front that she needs to get it over.
Oh, she did.
It's a nice shot from that rough.
And we go back to 14. The defending champ for the men's individuals, Ari Chadwakin. He's dialed in. He's just 1 shot off the lead. Ari Chadwakin trying to go back-to-back here at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. And it's happened a number of times when talking about the team competition. Take a look at the South Carolina State, 87-89. Bethune-Cookman had it dialed up in 2013 and 14, and then 16 through 19 as well. And then we go to 16 now. Drew Walker is for par.
This is a pretty good pitch from where he ended up long of the green. He's been able to keep the momentum going in this ground, making some nice birdies and a great up and down for Drew here at 16. It's been fun to watch today.
And back to 14. And Nanayama was short right, pitch to here. Up early.
Didn't seem to like that one. It's never fun when you bogey the 14th. It's a hole that you feel like you birdie it so often, but it's so easy to make a bogey with all the bunkers around that kind of guard this green.
Back-to-back bogeys, so he'll drop back here to 1 under par. But I'll tell you what, we're seeing some good golf here at the Shoal Creek. CM Mixon and J.C. Dukes tied atop at 4 under.
Taking your opportunity. So love seeing the iron up the right here.
Doug, he makes a move at it. That just made me do a double take how hard he swung at that long iron.
Just off the fairway there with the tee shot by Mixon. Now up to the green. Moodley getting ready to go.
It took quite a bit of time to read this putt here. It should be moving left to right the whole way, but Coach Ryan Ashburn thinks it might come back a little. Smiley, what do you see in this, if anything?
Well, from the angle that we just had, I was thinking that it would actually be going a little right to left, coming off of that just slight kind of false front on the left side that falls off that I think might push it a little bit to the left. We'll see.
There you go.
She figured it out.
Yeah, not a ton in it. Just maybe right edge, if anything. But they sure had it dialed in there, Julia.
Worth the extra time. Moodley now 1 under. From the green to 15 to the tee. Nanayama also with iron.
Yeah, I love the play here. Just kind of laying back, going further down this fairway. Just is not what you want to do. And this is just a little stripe show right now in this group, Kirko.
I could watch those guys hit 2 irons all day. Man, they got some speed.
Remember when you were that young, Smiley? The body moved that quickly?
Oh, to be young.
Day 1 of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship continues from Birmingham right after this.
Yeah, he's a big dude, man.
Yeah. I wish we had the ball speed on those, because I think they would have been again. And cool thing about Jack Nicklaus, this was his second design. His first he did by himself, and it was actually his first course to host a major. And we have a great staff here, James Carroll and Brian Court and his crew. They've done an incredible job over the last 3 to 4 or 5 years to get this place really back to where it should be. I love the future of where Shoal Creek's heading.
Back out to the action of 15. CM Mixon ready to go.
Yeah, just 141 down, just a touch. One he can be aggressive with, but he's been playing off flags today.
Enough.
I'll tell you, Doug, it's always better to be a little short to that whole location.
And we go T at 16. Pin in the up front right location. And Sonia Tang.
Beautiful shot there. 153 downhill, 7 yards, going right at it.
I'd say so. Right at it indeed. Not scared of that whole location.
Back at 15, Ari Chatwakin ready to go.
It's unfortunate to kind of hit it down this right side. He's got a low little scooter coming. It's got to be careful not to hit the back edge.
Right over the top of that one, Smiley.
The green's just receptive enough. I don't think they're going to stay that receptive throughout the week, but incredible shot there by Sparky.
And now to 18, Conrado Chozas for birdie. And Chozas +3 on his round today. As NCA&T, they are looking up at the Howard Bison, day one, the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship here on Golf Channel. Paces on, 3 to the right. How do you read that? Where were you?
Oh, no. I was giving the yardage.
Ooh.
Well,
right on cue.
Gave it a run.
And we go up to the 18th. This is Marcus Smith from Howard for birdie. Smith having a good day. 3 under par. Flagstick in, a la Matt Fitzpatrick.
Always felt like when the flagstick was in, when I put it, always made the hole look smaller to me, Fran.
Now back at 15 with Ari Chatwaiken.
We'll see if Sparky can get a spark here.
That was for share the lead to get him to 4 under.
Pretty nice round going, though, with Sparky. Defending champ. I think he'd probably be very happy sitting at 3 under through 15. Definitely right where he needs to be.
Now Nanayama for birdie.
Oh, hit just a beautiful peach in here. I know we're in Alabama and I'm talking about peaches, wrong state, but this is what that is right here. This is uphill, just a little right to left.
Now, we got the Peach Park in Clinton, so fine to talk about the peaches here in Alabama, Doug.
All right, I appreciate that. Thanks for bailing me out here.
That gets him to 2 under.
You know, CM's at that part of the round where you're trying to press to keep the pedal down, and it's very easy to make a mistake and kind of start to get out of cadence. So I'm calling this a big putt here for Mixon. Smiley.
It's a tricky one, too. It's a tricky one.
Oh, handled it well.
Yep.
Remains bogey free. Does CM Nixon. All right, let's jump ahead to 17, the par 5. Odom, his second.
Giving it a run. I swear he hasn't watched one shot after he's finished. I mean, he hits his shot and then Burko, he's already picking up his bag.
Well, when you hit shots like that,
it's been his putting, his ball striking today. As soon as he hits it,
he's a man on a mission, as is every team, every student athlete here at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. Shoal Creek, Bent Brook. Taking a look at the women's Division I team standings through 18 holes. These squads over at Bent Brook here on Monday. Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Very impressive start. 1 under as the team. 8-shot lead over Howard. And take a look at the consecutive victories for the women. Bethune-Cookman, they had a run for quite some time, but Texas A&M Corpus Christi off to a good start as they look to go back-to-back in Birmingham.
It's definitely laid far enough back to have a full swing and attack he has, Burko.
Short one for birdie there for Moreno. Well played.
Yeah, to the 16th, Kyrie Moodley on the tee.
153, down 7. Going with an 8-iron here. Only 10 paces in front of this green, this whole location.
She's watching it anxiously.
Like a tree.
A moment to go at 17. Drew Walker, his third.
Just a nice arms, hands move, and
make it look easy.
Yeah.
Awfully impressive stuff here on day one, and be sure to join us tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern for live second round coverage of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Chase Sapphire 36th edition. National champ's going to be crowned on Wednesday afternoon here at Shoal Creek. If today's any indication, guys, we're in for a treat because the golf has been exceptional.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that they're going to figure out is come Wednesday is, hey, we've seen this course once, and we might even see lower scores on Wednesday.
Now to the green at 17, Jacob Oasato from Florida A&M. Sophomore from Corona, California. First team All-SWAC performer. Finished 12th in this championship a year ago, and this season already has a win and a runner-up on his resume. So certainly one of the leaders of this squad for head coach Mike Rice. When you touched on it, Smiley, we've seen a lot of creativity from him. Not afraid to hit the shot, which is required.
For sure, and you kind of have to have that out at Shoal Creek. You have to be able to work shots left to right, right to left. When you get in trouble underneath some trees, you definitely have to have some of that imagination, and we've seen that from him today. And an opportunity to hole a putt here, and that coin just to his left is Greg Odoms, and he's got that for eagles, so I imagine he's going to be watching this close.
There you go.
No problems.
So Jacob back to 2 over here in the opening round as he'll head to 18. Keep it right here with Odom. And to your point, Smiley, did he take a peek? Did he take a look? Did he learn anything?
Some guys would look away.
Well, as quickly as Gregory looks away after every shot, does he actually watch someone else's?
I tell you what, I haven't been able to figure out if he liked his shots today, because after he made contact, he's up and out of it so quick. But I think it's about a right edge putt.
Ooh, sneaks in the left side for Gregory Odom, so an eagle there at 17.
I think that's his second eagle today, Burko, if I'm not mistaken. And I am mistaken.
It happens once in a while.
Well, I think what I was thinking is he's made so many birdies and bogeys today that there had to be an eagle in there somewhere.
That was Whiten who made an eagle a little bit earlier.
We've seen a lot of great putts.
We certainly have. Drew Walker hit a wonderful shot. This to get him to 4 under. He's cruising right along. One of our featured groups this afternoon putting on a show here at the 17th.
4 under on that back 9. There's our eagle. That's 6. So we had 5 birdies and an eagle today. He's definitely has the offense, most certainly. A couple bogeys on his card, and I'll tell you what, I'm giving this to him. I think these guys got this green figured out.
4 scores, 5 under. Pretty good playing.
I don't think anybody's beating that on 17 today.
All right, so Kyrie Moodley in this group is going to have their work cut out for them if they want to keep up with the men at the 17th. And Julia, what's she looking at?
She just went to her bag to change clubs. Going with a little bit of a lower lofted club maybe. She's on the upslope. One of the easier bunker shots you might see out here, but she has a lot of green to work with, so potentially going with a lower lofted club and trying to get it on the green and running a bit to this whole location.
Coming off birdie at 15.
Pretty much just like you described, Julia, just didn't quite get that chunk and run, but pretty well done. Give herself an opportunity for a par.
And see if she can stay tied for the lead. And with Shelly Chen, who started on the back nine, and she's at 1 under as well. Moodley having a good year. 2 top 10s, 4 top 15s. And Alyssa Mercado. And while she takes a peek, it'll be Una Shu up next.
Putting down off this ridge coming off the bunker initially, then right at the hole, it kind of wants to go back up the hill a bit. Really important to get your speed right here.
How about this? The British Columbia Thunderbirds won the 2023 Cascade Collegiate Conference Championship by 65 strokes.
65?
Not a typo. As we go to 18, the finishing par 4, and Drew Walker.
First time we've been back at this tee at 18. He's not watching it long.
And back to the, a great play at the 17th. Gregory Odom Jr., we saw the tee shot. Didn't see a second shot, but I mean, he made the eagle. That second shot had to be pretty nice too, because we haven't seen a lot of players actually hit a lot of greens in 2.
Yeah, we got to give credit where credit's due on that. I just was so surprised that he didn't. I didn't think he liked it, but 6 feet made an eagle.
And Gonzalo Moreno.
Pointing right, get a lucky break over there, potentially kind of navigate some pine trees. But I'll tell you what, Fran, how about this? So in a foursome, one issue you might have, you make a birdie and you tee 4th on the 17th or 17th hole, you may still be 4th with that group.
Up ahead, Everett Whiten, this is to save par. No harm, no foul. He'll drop a shot, but really great day of golf. And so he's tied the clubhouse lead. 5 under, 67 for this young man from Howard.
Incredible round.
And we go back up to the tee. Jacob Owasato with an iron here, Smiley.
Conservative play, but this will take out that fairway bunker that you can see on the right. Little stinger.
Yeah, huh? We actually saw him employ an iron off the tee earlier in the telecast as well, and had a nice second shot in close. So
pace of play's not an issue. Gregory's already up at his ball almost.
Yeah, that's right. All right, we go back to 16. Here's Kyrie Moodley for par.
Putting back up the hill, there's really not a lot in this putt.
And so Moodley, she'll try to see if she can tap that in for bogey.
Yeah, I think she probably feels like she had a pretty good bunker shot and a good putt, but it's not easy to make 15-footers out of Shoal Creek. They're very difficult greens to read. There's a lot of subtleties that are not easy to see from with your eye.
Yeah, first bogey since the 4th hole, and she's at even par. And we go to 18 here, and this is Ayush Boudoulet. This is his 4th shot. He's got that face wide open.
Up in his stance, tons of shuffling, and he went with the little low spinner there, Fram.
And so Boudoulet, majors in industrial engineering, will have that for par, or for bogey, excuse me. And so we'll go to the 16th hole.
It's starting to clear the par 3. And Sparky, Doug, and means business back at this tournament.
Yeah, flag just now going in up ahead. And I've only been with this group for one hole. And it's nice to see the guys. It's a really lighthearted group, very jovial. Guys are talking amongst themselves. And, you don't have the players kind of walking off. And it's just a light group, and following the PGA Tour like we often do here on Golf Channel. You see some groups are stuffy, and then there's others that are, lighthearted. And I'm glad to be a part of this one. I promise you that.
Doug, how long was the wait on that tee?
It was about 1,000 seconds. No, honestly, it was something around, I'd probably say 12 or 15 minutes. We've been kind of here.
Ice in the kicker.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you have a long wait. It's easy to hit a pool.
Doug, we've seen a lot of balls end up in that left bunker today. Players are trying to avoid that front right bunker, knowing that's no good.
Well, it's interesting. This is one of the more shared hole locations on this property right now.
As I see Mixon is ready. Yep.
Sorry, I get excited when we're talking about my Louisville Cards here, Fran.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
No, see, this is a good test here. And kind of gun that ball by the hole in the last 15. I'm going to push. Good. Another shot, but 188 down 7, 181. And he's got this one at the swollen part of the green.
He today has just made golf look easy. He's just hit a lot of greens, and there's been no chaos to his round.
Bogey free, the 4 under for Mixon, who's at the top of the leaderboard for the men's individual group. Jay-Zeke Dukes set a couple of bogeys on his second 9, so he's now at 2 under, tied with this man, Kentaro Nanayama.
I'll tell you, I haven't seen him play much golf, and I'm so happy to have him down here playing this championship. Again, no wind at the moment. That was a great pass at the golf ball. This is the distance, Smiley. He could be smiling.
Heck yeah, he is. I tell you what, if I had to wait 12 to 15 minutes in my young age or old age, I'd need a foam roller, resistance bands, a masseuse, but he didn't even take a practice swing and hit the 4 feet. No issues.
Old age, man. How are you, Smiley, huh?
Come on, Fred. I'm just playing.
I'm the old guy. Timer Malik.
Fran would just do some jumping jacks. He'd be just fine. This is a high fly ball deep to left center. This is challenging the back of the green.
That is exactly where that tree used to be, Fran, that I mentioned earlier.
Come on, let's jump up to the 18th. And Gregory Odom Jr. He wants to back up.
He's actually way right, I believe. I believe that's a bunker actually on the 14th hole that he's walking towards.
He's coming off an eagle at 17, and you're right.
He's going to have some overhanging limbs that he's going to have to deal with here, and really not a great angle. What I'm thinking he's going to probably try to do is hit something turning a little bit right to left, which will which should be easier because the ball is a little bit above his feet.
And it's what we've been used to all day.
Yeah, I figured he'd aim just right of it, try to turn it, and
but the young man hits his shot, takes a quick peek, and then he's grabbing the bag.
Tell you what, if and when Gregory Odom plays on the PGA Tour, it's going to be nice when he doesn't have it. I mean, he's got a caddy now. He just walks at the hole after every shot.
Here's Drew Walker from the fairway. It's a bit of an unforced error there.
Definitely.
But overall, this group is playing real well. Walker at 4 under. You've got Odom at 1 under, and they are chasing Kieran Hogarth, who at 67. Howard's up by 10, though. Opening round of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship.
Kind of down in that trough line. Wow, that's special.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Great shot, class.
Oh.
About that. Yeah, big smile from Sparky, and that's the third from Drew Walker. Uh-oh.
Fran, you mentioned it, just a bit of an unforced error on that wedge shot.
And a lot of work left. And we go back to 16 with just a cool customer, Doug. CM Mixon. He's had a great day.
Well, he's got a great person to kind of emulate, being a Louisville Cardinal. You know, he's got some big shoes to fill. What can I say?
And who would that be?
Smiley Kaufman.
Hey, Doug, you've won this championship. For a guy like CM, how important would that be for CM? And you know what it is like to win this championship. What are those emotions like for CM as he tries to taste down one of these titles?
Well, you know, in golf, you become a professional loser over time. So being able to kind of get out of here with a W kind of just gives you some validation. It's down the hill, but he hadn't hit this.
He finished 9th a year ago and 6th back in 2021. Drew Walker, for his par, he's still away.
Well, he's not going to be too happy about making bogey at 18, but I'll tell you what, he's had a very interesting day. A lot of birdies, some bogeys mixed in, but he was fun to watch.
Yeah, no doubt about that, man. 3 under, a 69, so still a very good day for Drew Walker. He's just a couple of shots back. And Nanayama back at 16.
I'll tell you what, par 3 birdies. I don't know what the stroke average of this hole or anything like that, but you definitely pick up strokes gained overall, Smiley, when you can get a 2 on a 3.
Absolutely, especially at 16.
All right, back to 18. And Gregory Odom Jr. for birdie. He knew it right away. And a great second shot. He's closer to the 14th fairway than the 18th.
Yeah. He's 4 back. 2 more rounds to play, but I saw a lot of positive things in his game today that I think he can build on, going to a more scoreable Bentbrook track, and we'll see if he can build on that as he continues on this championship.
That's the defending champ, Odom Jr., Timur Malik.
Tell you what, I need to turn the fans on down here in this little humid valley right now, Smiley.
I tell you, when it gets humid out at Shoal Creek, you're right, Doug, it can get hot.
And now the 18th, 10th group finishing up. Moreno for par.
There must be something they're not seeing in this putt. This whole location's sitting on top of a crown.
And back to 16. Ari Chadwakin. And it's a safe par after that beautiful shot Doug out of the bunker.
Tell you what, there's good pars, and then there's all-world pars. And this is an opportunity for an all-world par. That lie was gnarly. He's all-world.
Defending champ knocks it down. He stays a shot back. And now Jacob Oisato and the tester for par.
See if he's able to figure this out. It must be something so tricky about where this hole is cut. Saw 2 guys miss it on opposite sides, thinking they learned something from the guy before him and try to play the break, and then it goes the other way. It's just a very difficult hole location. We'll have to keep an eye on that with these 2 groups that we have to close up with.
Still the sophomore from Florida A&M. Best score for his team at +3.
Make our way over to the tee here at 17, the par 5. Nanayama set to go. He's got driver.
Tell you what, finally, the course gives you a little opening here at par 5 back into the fan, and it is hammer time. And this is that, just up the right.
Gets his money's worth, doesn't he, Smiley?
Yeah, he'll have an iron into the green, and take a look at this in slow-mo and really get some nice set. See some flexion in that left wrist, and man, he carries a lot of lag and keeps that right foot down, and a little late on it, but got away with it.
Now CM Mixon.
Oh, I'm just up ahead, hoping not to get blown away by the speed here. This is a bullet draw up the right, coming toward the left side of the fairway.
Oh, that's a beauty there, Doug. Take a look here at CM Mixon. Gets it really inside early. A ton of depth in this swing, but gets it back online pretty quickly in the downswing, and he's built like a guy that can hit the ball far.
Up ahead a few hundred yards, 3rd for Moodley.
Just 60 yards in, coming from a great angle. I know she's out of the rough, but it's a good angle in.
Is that a squirrely lie over there?
Now back to the tee with Ari Chatwakin.
Tell you, Burko, sometimes you just pray for a downwind par 5 or just a no-win par 5, and that's what you got. Ignition sequence ignited, but this is a low burning draw. This is LO. This is left.
That went in with some steam behind it. Going to be in big trouble, perhaps, for Sparky.
I imagine he's going to grab another golf ball to hit a provisional
You might want to hit a provisional there.
Yeah, Sparky's ahead of you. What'd you see here, Smiley?
Well, to me, it looked like he hung back on it a little bit. His chest got a little bit far behind it, and his hands flipped, and that's kind of looks like it just his arms kind of got away from his body through the golf shot. He knew it, and right when he hit it, that we had problems at hand. And you can find that golf ball over there, but there's no out of bounds out here. It's just lost balls at Shoal Creek. So
going to put a provisional in play just in case he is unable to find it. How tough is this shot at any level when you're reloading and saying, all right, what happened to the guy that got to this tee at 3 under?
Burko, I always use it as an opportunity to try to fix what I just did. So if I felt something that was off, it's like, okay, what's my one fix here on this next swing?
Well, the second man's always better than the first man. This up the left.
It's always easy passing kindergarten the second time around, Doug.
Not well you. Stated. I thought you skipped a couple of grades, Smiley. Come on now. All right, make our way to the green at 17. Just over the putting surface by about 6 to 8 paces. Una Shu, ready to go.
She had a beautiful recovery shot to get to this position. I really like going with the putter here. Just get it on the green and let it trickle down towards the hole.
Pretty good judgment from there. Keep it right here with this group on the green at 17. Putt on the way. Just sort of had to coax that one down there, Smiley.
She sure did.
That was Rincion. Now Moodley next to go.
A bit of a double breaker here, Burko. Right off the get-go, it wants to move to her left, and then right at the hole, it's wanting to come back to the right. So really important to get the pace right and then just start it on the right line.
Everything, and then we're going to go in. All right, we have lightning inside 7 miles.
Well, you heard the horn.
It's the worst sound in golf.
Storms throughout the course of the day were a possibility. And with that, safety first. Get everyone off the golf course. So we take a look at the leaderboard. 8 under par for Howard University, the lowest round in the history of the program. They shot 7 under the final day of conferences, 1 better here at Shoal Creek.
Nice shit. All right. Alright, Tanner, I got it now. I got, just a matter of going through it. Yeah. Because it's everyone, everyone does it a little differently. So anyways, just when I didn't go to college ever before either. Having to worry about working with an expert at it. Having to worry about the team, individual, like college. That's another beast, it's another angle. I just haven't done it for a while, and then all this on top. But I got the flow. Brand's funny, man. I love him. Oh yeah. He assumed he know where he is. Dude, you do this every week, man.
We're all in it together.
Marco, do you use GolfStat during air?
I don't.
Do you use something else by chance? Because GolfStat has completely froze and hasn't updated since.
I just sort of rely on that. And then ultimately, I rely on whatever he's putting up.
Gotcha.
Because you don't know. I just threw it to break. Howard, 8 under, lowest round in the history of the program. And now I see there's 7.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm damned either way.
Exactly.
I could have just said, but I was just
that's
because literally the coach told me, we just shot 7 under last week, lowest.